Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I kind of want to talk about dating today, but first I need to address a question that, well, let me wait until after the vlog, then I address a question that one of my subscribers asked after my last video, right? But today we're going to talk about dating. So some of you who are long-time subscribers might know a little bit about my dating history, about that relationship that I almost lost my life in, yada yada yada. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about the positive things, and we're talking about maybe a little advice for the young ladies out there, even ladies older, I guess. But anyway, so let's get into it. Naturally, we have to start off by talking about my dating history somewhat. Let's see how far we get, but let me tell you how it started. So anyway, so some of you who might know, and if you don't know, I'm a late bloomer. I feel like I was always late with everything that have to do with man. I did always late. Anything that had to do with a relationship, I'm always late. Me late. So I didn't have my first boyfriend until I was 18, which was the first guy I ever kissed, which I was 18. And I'm gonna tell you how that happened. But so in high school, right, I was just so focused on the books. I never want a man. Not even that. I feel like for me, like my mommy always tell me growing up, she always say, you can't have no man till you're 18. Listen, my mother was one of those mothers. She tell you plain and straight. She not pretty up nothing. She tell you every single thing in the book from A to Z, every single chapter, unfiltered. So my mom told me from a very early age, you can't have no man, you can't have no boyfriend, not man. You can't have no boyfriend till you turn 18. And so I feel like for me that kind of stuck in my head, like even subconsciously and if you know with my mother, you don't play with my mother. So anything my mother say, that's what goes. So mommy said no boyfriend till you turn 18. And I was never one of those young girls where my skin itch me, I want man or anything like that. For me, I was always so focused on books. Like, mind you, I used to have little crushes here and there, but nobody would know, not even the guys themselves. Like, I was just one of them little girls with us looking at the corner. Mind you, I wasn't popular in high school, but everybody kind of liked me because I did some stouche. And so everybody kind of like draw to me, in different ways, but I wasn't popular. Like, I wasn't popular, and if I was, it was for different things. Popular, it would have been for like academics or something, not anything else. I wasn't popular with the boys. Mind you, though, in 11th grade, for some reason all the boys liked me off. I don't know, but I guess maybe by then they'd already passed through all the other girls in the high school. But I still was not up for the taking because me never want no boyfriend, because mommy said what, no boyfriend till they turn 18. So anyway, I left high school and I started working at 17, my first job. And kid you not, my first paycheck went to gym membership. But anyway, I was working out. This is me at 17, working out, looking good, and still working. And I remember mommy looked at me one day and said, every day you just go gym and you have this nice body and all you do is cover it up. You would even have a little boyfriend. You know who did shock? Because my mother said no boyfriend till 18. Oh, I was 17 going on 18. Almost 18. My mother was said no boyfriend till 18. I'm 17. I tell me somebody need to find a boyfriend. Say nothing less, mommy. Say nothing less. Who start dress sex, not what should I say, not revealing and not naked, but more nicer clothes. And then I started, so there was this guy that I grew up with, but he moved from the community. He moved from the community before we graduated. But just have I would even say I had a crush on him, but him the cute. And he lived in another neighborhood. He wasn't living in my neighborhood anymore. But I don't remember. Oh, Facebook. So I'm on Facebook, I believe. Or High Five. One of them long time something there. But anyway, we started dating, and he came by the house naturally because he used to come back to the neighborhood sometimes and look for the guys in the community. So he would stop at my house. This is before mommy even knew that he and I was dating. Like, I guess by the time he got to my house, mommy would have figured, oh. But anyway, so she liked him, by the way. She liked him for me. I like him for me too. He was a nice guy. He was a nice guy. Nice guy. So anyway, one of those times he came to look for me, or for the guys in the community, I don't know, whichever one, but me too. And we walked to the bus stop together because he had to take the bus to go back home. And I remember it started raining, and we stopped under the bus shed, and he just grabbed me and kissed me. Listen, guys, when I tell you that my life is like a freaking storybook, and you guys know the other story already, with my life is like a flipping story. It's gonna make a very good biography. I'm gonna write a book too. But anyway, so we kissed in the rain, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I remember that kiss up to. I probably shouldn't be talking like this, but anyway, yeah. So that was that. It didn't work out though, because I should tell you, I was a year older than him. So I was 17 going on 18, and he was 16 going on 17. I wouldn't say he was immature, but he was still doing boyish stuff, because for me, remember, I'm working now. It's my first job. I'm making look of money. He was in sixth form, I believe, or wasn't. I didn't go to sixth form, so I would have been a year older, and he would have been in 11th grade. But he was still doing boyish things, like those guys that stay in half a tree with their friends and wait on the hot bus them. And because sometimes I'm leaving work, and I'm like, he'll check up on me, ask me where I'm at, and I'll say I'm leaving work. No, and he's like, he's in half a tree. And I remember at the time, like, in my head, I'm like, but school over a long time, like, is he still doing half a tree? In my head though, I wouldn't say these things to him because it's not that serious, but little things like that. And then after a while, it kind of just died. I carried on with my life. I don't think I really dated anyone after that. Fast forward a couple years later, me being 20, met this nice guy. His birthday day before mine. Yeah, and we started dating, and it was just like a match made in heaven. I feel like we were so alike in so many different ways. And so I lost my virginity at age 21. Like I said, guys, I'm a late starter. I feel like I'm late with every single thing. And then, if I'm being very honest with you, when we did it, Lord Jesus, mommy don't watch the video. That was that. And we did it, and it was okay. It was good for what it was, but Lord Jesus, I'm too much info. It hurts, to be honest. So I don't think we ever did it more than maybe 3 or 4 times. And after that, I never had sex till years after, guys. I kid you not. Years after. But yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. I think I'm telling it too much. I'm telling it too much already. But yeah, I say all of this to say that when I see young girls being peer pressured or following friends to have sex and do things, I think it's how you raise your child. You have to raise your child to have a mind of their own, and also instill like a fear in them too. Because me did friend for a boyfriend from a long time, even subconsciously. Because my friends, my best friends, was having sex from 16, 18, and these are people that I'm around all the time, and not once did I ever think to myself, oh, how was it? I never once asked them, how was it? I want to try it. No, never, ever, ever. No. Maybe No, no, no. But yeah, I said that to say that don't be pressured by people and things. I was never one to be peer pressured anyway, in no way, shape, nor form. I always have a mind of my own. Always had a mind of my own. Always walk and run at my own pace. Never ever looked at anybody else's situation or circumstances, whether good or bad, to like let that influence me. So yeah, I was just more focused on passing my CXC, which I did pass all of them that I did, you know. Yeah, and after high school, I started working while going to college. As I said, I never liked sex, so I never tried to date. And then if I ever did date, it was literally dating, like going on a date with a guy, and that would be it. Because then I'm like, no, I'm not doing nothing else. So yeah. So let me talk about dating in general and my opinion on dating. I won't say any more about my love life and sex life. But yeah, I'll give my opinion on dating and what if I have any regrets. I don't have any regrets. However, sometimes when I look back, I'm wondering if I should have dated more. But to be honest, I was always in a long-term relationship. Even if I was single per se, I was dating somebody long term. So maybe I wouldn't have dated. Yeah, I was always dating long term. I was always in a long term relationship or getting to know somebody, and I think that's important. I know this day and age is different. I'm not against dating, and I always tell people I've dated, but there's a difference between dating people and sleeping around. And I think that's what gets misconstrued by a lot of these young girls nowadays. Like, there's nothing wrong with dating. There's nothing wrong with dating guys, girls. Date them all, date everybody. Guys date girls, girls date the guys, date them all. You know, however, if you know you're the type of person that you're gonna catch feelings and give yourself to people, you're opening yourself up to all different kind of energies. So I just feel like if you don't have self-control, you shouldn't be dating. Like, find one person and just stick to that person. But if you are looking for a relationship, it is important to date different people and get to know them. That's the only way you're gonna get to know people. I feel like that's what I did, which is why I can always like sieve out people easily to say, okay, I don't want you because of this and that, and pick, choose, and refuse just by dating, not sleeping around with different multiple people. So I'm all for dating and dating them all, but protect yourself if you're going to do that. But that's not what dating is about. Dating is not about sleeping with other people. Dating is about getting to know different people to choose who is best for you, and may the best man win. So I'm gonna answer one of the questions that my subscriber asked. I don't remember the person's name. I can't look at the phone right now, but they asked me, what is the limit? What is my limit, I guess, for a partner? Or I don't know if it's dating or partner, but same thing, same difference. I would say I don't necessarily, mind you, I wouldn't want to be dating somebody who's my father's age. My dad is what? My dad is 63 years old. I don't think I'd want to date a 63 years old. Unless him look good enough. Cause to be honest, my father want at young boy. My father proper at boy. My father run every morning 5 miles, 10 miles, 20 miles. He works out very often. You guys have seen in my video. If you haven't watched any of my videos before with my father, you can scroll through my videos. I have videos where I'm training my dad. That my father proper man. But would I wish to date somebody or be with somebody my father's age? No. And it's not because of the age. It would be because more than likely that person has kids already and don't want anymore. More than likely that person has been married before and probably don't want to get married again. But even if they would want to get married again and even want to have children, that decision would be a very hard one for me. because I do want my kids' parents, both of us, to be around as long as we can. Now, if I date a 60-year-old man, by the time we have a child together, when that child is 30, he's gonna be not even, let's not even put it at 30. When he's in his teenage years and he needs his dad will be in his what, 70s going on 80s, and he will be in his teens, late teens. I'm not sure if he'll be able to relate to him. Even in the growing up stage, I'm not sure if a 70-year-old would be able to be behind a child in that way. I don't know. I think for me, that would be the critical question or decision, is if, if I'm risking having a child with an older man, knowing that there's a possibility that he may not be able to raise the child with me. Maybe he gets, I'm not saying nothing bad. Let's leave it at there. Possibility that he may not be here as long as I would want him to be for the child. That's the factor. But yeah, for me, I love a man who stimulates me mentally. And usually that is an older man. I rarely find young guys, or have found young guys who do that. Mind you, even if I haven't dated a lot, I take it upon myself to get to know people. So and most times, listen, I've had male friends who come into my life trying to be friends, and I would get to know them because, hey, we're friends. But of course, a couple months down the line, if I not say, yeah, they don't really want to be friends, they want to be more than friends. But in getting to know those people or those persons, I know that I can't relate a lot to younger guys. It has to be like, I would even say my age, older. Yeah, older. In my experience, I'm more attracted to older guys, or I have found. Yeah, so anywhere from like 38 up to like maybe 45 right now is like a safe zone. I think, like, if I would want to have a child, yeah, like maybe that age would be a safe zone. 50, yes, too. So maybe anywhere from 38 to like 50 is a good age for me right now, because I still think that a man at 50-year-old could stimulate me mentally, could or would be in a position to marry me and have a child with me. Yeah, so I'd say anywhere from 38 to 50. Put it that way. Not really. But there are younger guys who, yeah, but it all depends, because I've met young guys that, I should say, I've met this one time I met this guy that I was like 13 years older, and he was very mature for his age. I was surprised at how mature he was. He was more mature than guys that I've dated in my age group. So I wouldn't put age as a thing, but generally speaking, the younger guys don't tend to stimulate me mentally. But there are exceptions. Yeah, so that's it, guys. You can tell me what you think about this video. Like, share, subscribe. Maybe in the next video I will tell you more about my dating life, but I'll leave it at there for now. I was just trying to get a point across in terms of, me being a late bloomer, and also just letting people know, our young people, that you don't need to like following everybody footsteps like the other girls. Don't give in to peer pressure. Just move at your own pace and stay focused on what you want in life. Man not gonna away. Them they are before me and you, and they will be here after. So just focus on what's most important in life, and what's for you will come to you when it's time for it to come to you. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.